This is my book called Basic Reasoning. It explains the existence of God. Question 1. Is man capable of making the universe, the galaxies, the stars, the food, the plants, and etc.? The answer: no. We can only imitate, copy from something that already exists that we did not create. Question 2. Could we as humans survive if we did not have all these things provided to us? The answer: no, because all these things correlate to each other, and there's scientific evidence of that. But we don't need scientific evidence. We can go by basic reasoning and what we see with our eyes to tell us it is so. Example: we know that the rain grows the crops, grass, trees, and so forth. We know that the sun gives light and also helps with the growth of the things mentioned above. Another example is how animal manure fertilizes crops. Another example, how trees help us to breathe. There are billions of examples that show correlation to something else. Basically, we need these things to survive. They have a purpose. Each and everything has a purpose, even if it is to be food to something else. Question 3. Who or what has the capability to provide all these things to us? The answer: we know not man. Only being I heard say it was I was God. Nothing or no one has ever said, I created the whole earth, the whole universe, everything in the universe, everything inside the universe, literally everything. God is the only one I know who staked claim to that. And he does so because he is the creator and he has authority to say that he did it because he did. The Bible states that God is eternal. That's power, and the world has been proven to have a start date through science. It's roughly about 4.543 billion years old. Now, basic reasoning. Can your human mind grasp the thought of anything being that old? The number is miraculous. Imagine all the people that lived on Earth in those 4.543 billion years. See, this goes beyond human reasoning. God's people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. You lack the knowledge of God. You lack the knowledge of His Word. You lack the knowledge of the Holy Bible that comes from Him. You are destroyed because you know not. Some are destroyed because they know but still don't believe. That's how you are destroyed, by ignorance. Seek the Word today. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 18 through 19. Being darkened in their understanding, excluded from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them, because of the hardness of their heart. And they, having become callous, have given themselves over to sensuality, for the practice of every kind of impurity with greediness. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. Become sober-minded, as you ought, and stop sinning, for some have no knowledge of God. I speak this to your shame. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because you have rejected knowledge. I also will reject you from being my priest, since you have forgotten the law of your God. I also will forget your children. You are destroyed because you don't read the word. You are destroyed because you twist the word of God, the Bible, to fit your sinful carnal mindset and not God's way, which is to keep you safe from sin and ultimately destruction. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 16. As also in all his letters, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to understand, which the untaught and unstable distort, as they do also the rest of the scriptures, to their own destruction. Question 4. Even in the realm of reality, don't you feel a spiritual connection to certain things in it? Like the clouds in the sky, the roaring sound of thunder? Answer. There is a reason people love to go to the beach and mountains, because they feel the spiritual beautifulness of God's creation, and it is magnified in these things. I love to look at the clouds because they are very supernatural to me. Even though they dwell in the realm of reality, I still get a spiritual sense from them. Like it's very spiritual, and I feel very connected to God when I look at the clouds. There is spirituality in the numbers that correlate to creation. What I mean is that there are trillions of stars in the universe. There are about 8.7 million species of animals. The human body is made up of trillions of cells. There are 2 trillion galaxies. Millions of raindrops fall out of the sky when it rains. You see, there is a pattern. God does things on a large scale. It's intricate, and it all correlates to one another. Science and facts proves that God exists. Psalms chapter 19 verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard.